Welcome to Crime 411. I'm Melissa Marquet. There are so many stories of child abuse that we hear every single day, and it seems like every single time I get on Facebook or turn on the news, there's another story about some hideous person abusing children. And today I had a lot of people reach out to me because a story has gone viral on social media of two little girls in Florida whose mother is fighting to save them from their abusive father and his girlfriend. Kimberly Hunt can be heard on the video recording that I'm going to share with you momentarily, as well as Justin Nikolai, which is the girl's father, biological father. The language alone that they use to speak to these two young girls is abusive. That alone should have been enough for child services to say there is abuse happening here and we need to go ahead and take a further look into it. But they didn't. They also didn't do that when a video was provided to them of Kimberly Hunt kicking one of the young girls, trying to wake her up. What is a parent supposed to do? And we've talked about this a lot lately between Sophie Long and other stories in the news about kids being abused. But what is a parent supposed to do when the system that is supposed to help them protect their children is the reason why they continuously are sent back into the arms of their abusers? It's happening every single day. So this mom posted a video on social media, just like Sophie Long's father did, hoping and praying that someone would help her daughter. Not only did the father's girlfriend, Kim, video the abuse, which, why would you do that? You would think, thank God there's a video so that you could show this to child services and protect your children, right? Not so much. Department of Child Services saw this video that I'm about to show you, which physically made me sick. And they said there was no abuse and closed the case. And I do want to go ahead before I play it and just put out a trigger warning, because this, like all other videos that I have showed that involve abuse, is very, very hard to watch.
I'm not disciplining you. You're not her kid. She better not tell you what to do.
I don't talk to her.
She better not ever tell you what to do.
No, I don't talk to her.
What? You tell her what to do. You whoop ass.
No, I don't touch that dumb fuck. I don't touch her. I say, tell your dad.
I heard her.
Touch what?
You ain't touch her today?
When?
Did she touch you today?
When the fuck was I near her?
You didn't get whooping today this morning? From her?
For
Get
what?
out my face. Go to the room. That's all right. Like she
For
said,
what?
she don't hit you. She ain't got to speak to you no more. You ain't got to do nothing she says.
For what?
She says she's not your mother. Don't do nothing she says. You do what the fuck I say from now on. You understand me? Do what I say from now on. You stay in that fucking room. Don't come out that motherfucker. Go.
What's she laughing at?
She'll be out. Don't worry. She'll be out. She'll be out drinking your baby's bottles again. Yeah, I know. You don't care. We know that.
Y'all about to have way bigger problems than that. Y'all about to have way bigger.
Yeah, probably a dead child fucking with her.
Y'all about to have
You won't put a fucking door on my room so I can keep my kids safe. So I can keep my kids safe. Your son just told you tonight she fucking put a knife to his fucking throat, but guess what?
That's what he
But
said?
guess what?
Who said that?
Look where she
Where's
is.
Jalen?
Still in the house. Still in the house. No lock on my fucking door. Stupid fuck.
What did he say to her? See what I said? What did he say? What did he say about Leah? What did he say?
Watch this.
No, fuck, he didn't, you liar. Is that what he said? You didn't even hear everything, and this is why I told you sitting there being nosy, looking over me about this shit. This is why I told your dumb ass. This is why I told
Oh,
you.
so you lied?
He didn't even say that. You're a fucking
No.
liar. You heard all that?
Everything you said that, because you had to work on him, and then you said that,
What is that? Leah did it. You said, what did Leah do? He said, a knife.
No. No, he did not say a knife. What the fuck? Did you put a knife on my son?
She'll say no. Shut up. Okay, anyway,
He
she's
said
not
something
even
about a
there.
knife.
So why'd you tell me to put all the knives up, Justin? Exactly.
Listen. Because I thought that's what he said, but when I asked him the second time, he didn't say nothing about it. And then when I asked her, she's looking fucking crazy. And
She always looks crazy.
There's no mark on him for a fucking knife. There wasn't even none but a little red mark.
She may not have did it tonight. Guess what? He didn't say it for no reason.
That's why I said put the shit up, but that's not what he said.
What did he say?
He did not say a knife.
What
I don't
did
know
he
what
say?
it was. I asked him. He didn't fucking say it again. But this is why I told your dumbass. And you'll still go behind me and go run your mouth at her.
Yeah, about my...
Unbelievable. He slaps this kid so hard across her face that she goes flying 2 feet over, and he gets in her face, cussing her and calling her an effing liar. I mean, no matter, I've seen this video a few times at this point. No matter how many times I see it, I physically get sick every single time. And what the hell is the girlfriend laughing at? Is there something funny that we don't know about here, Kim? Really? Please feel free to come on the show and tell us what's funny about that, because I personally would love to know. Leah's mom, Tabitha, joined me today via Zoom to talk to me about this case, what the status is right now, and how her children are doing. I'm going to go ahead and go to that clip right now. I just played the video of your daughter's father literally slapping her across the face hard. You're not exactly sure when that took place. When did you get a hold of the video?
Yeah, so the videos went viral with my daughter in the towel, and then when them videos went viral with my daughter in the towel, people was just messaging me about more evidence that they had, and that's when I was sent that video.
I can't even imagine getting a video like that, because I'm a parent myself, and the fact that you're not in a prison cell, I give you a lot of credit.
It took everything in me, don't get me wrong.
Oh, I bet.
It took everything in me, but I just knew I had to go the right way to get my girl's safety.
You're smart for that, because people will jump and they'll say, oh, I would have done this, I would have done that. And it's like, then you'd be sitting in a jail cell unable to help your kids. So,
correct.
It's really easy to say what someone else should do, but until you're in that situation yourself, you have no idea, right? So who sent that video to you? Where did it come from?
So I was at a friend's house Sunday, and Sunday evening, Kim's sister, my kids' father's girlfriend, sister, messaged me via Facebook and asked if I knew what was going on with my daughters over there blowing, and she just warned me before I watched it.
I've got to give her credit, because a lot of people would not, they would side with their own family members and try to protect them. And here she is reaching out to you saying, your daughters are in a really dangerous situation and they need to get out of there before something even more, horrible happens. So you took that video, you took it to Department of Child Services?
No, I took it to Orlando Police Department first, and that's when they contacted DCF.
So go ahead and tell me what their reply was to that video. Did they press charges, or what exactly happened with that? Because that one you told me was unbelievable.
Right. So when I showed OPD the video, they took my report. I signed the report, and they said that they were going to get in touch with DCF. So they told me to go home after I showed them the video. And so that was Sunday night. And then Monday, I didn't hear from anyone. I'm calling OPD. They said that I just filed the report, so they won't have any information right now. And then I had contacted DCF supervisors, and they gave me the caseworker's name and number and told me to contact him. And then when I contacted him, he said that that they closed the case, that there was no child abuse in the home.
And they saw the video, right? I mean, like, how can somebody watch that and say that there's no child abuse like that? The language alone, I mean, that's mental abuse, it's physical abuse, it's psychological abuse.
Right.
How in the world does anybody determine after seeing something like that there's no abuse in the home? Like, I can't wrap my head around that. I'm sure you can't either.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too. I just started boohoo crying. Like, I can't believe like they're closing my case. They said that they took Jalea out of the house and took her to DCF headquarters, which is downtown Orlando. And they had her in the room for 2 hours investigating her. They had their medical doctor examine her from head to toe, and they concluded that there was no child abuse in the home. They said that Jalea said that she wanted to go outside and rinse her clothes off in the water hose. They said that Jalea wanted to go sit out on the step naked in a towel, and that she lay down and that she fell asleep. They said that the video didn't have enough proof of child abuse, even with the Kim, the dad's girlfriend, on video kicking my daughter to wake her up. It just, because my daughter wasn't admitting to it, they said that they couldn't do anything further with the videos and all the pictures and evidence.
See, that blows my mind, because they're basically saying that, how old is your daughter again? The one that was in that video?
She's 9.
She's 9. They're basically saying because a 9-year-old didn't verbalize what happened in detail, that the video showing exactly what happened clearly is irrelevant.
Right. So I'm like begging the DCF worker. I'm like, can I just talk to her? Like, you guys are, she's scared. She doesn't know that she will be safe after this. That she doesn't know that you guys will take her from this monster's house that she's living in. She doesn't know that. So she's thinking, like, if I tell them, they're going to just leave me there, and then I'm going to get in more trouble, which is what they never spoke about it, said anything to anyone, because that's what they feared.
That happens all the time. And if you've been following the Sophie Long case, one of the things in her video that her father posted online was she was talking to her grandmother, and she said, I don't want to tell you because I don't want mom to get mad at me, which was unbelievable. Like, the more you see these cases, it's like nobody's listening to the kids, and the kids are the ones that are getting sent back time and time again, put back in the hands of these people that just continuously abuse them. And, you have to wonder if somebody is sick and twisted enough to video what they videoed that you saw. God only knows what's happening that they're not videoing, right?
Yeah. Behind closed doors, you never know what's going on. And like, I thank God that she did record it, because they closed the case with pictures and evidence and videos, and God only knows what they would did if I didn't have anything.
They didn't really do that much to help you with everything that you did have. So, like, you imagine if you didn't?
Social media definitely blew that up and helped me with this case, and did get them arrested because it did go viral.
So can you explain that to me? Like, what changed from before social media blew this story up for you? What changed in the mind of the police department that said, okay, there's nothing we can arrest them for they get arrested? Like, what happened?
So I had only had the 2 videos with my daughter in the towel. And then when it did go viral, like I said, people were sending me more pictures, more videos, more, you saw my daughter with her hands up sitting against the wall. And people were explaining to me what's going on. And so once I did receive the video of the dad slapping Jalen, my oldest, across the face, slapped her to the floor, that's when the police had enough evidence to go and arrest them.
Unbelievable. So the first time that you tried to open a case, you didn't have that particular video. Is that what I'm understanding?
Right.
Okay. So it was the other videos that with her sitting and with her arms up and stuff like that, and being kicked, and all the other videos wasn't enough evidence. Apparently you have to get slapped across the face and thrown across a room in order for it to count. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yeah, that's basically what they told me.
That's unbelievable to me. So Okay, so dad, Justin, and I don't know how to say his last name. Is it Nikolai?
It's Nikolai.
Nikolai and Kim, the evil girlfriend over here, Kimberly Hunt, they were arrested. When were they arrested?
So so the videos went viral, I believe, Wednesday. So Wednesday night, they were arrested at 1 a.m. and then they were bonded out by 9 a.m. by Kim's mom.
And you know what? Kim's mom, if you're watching this, you are just as awful as your daughter is, because you are literally enabling them to abuse children. So shame on you. But it actually gets worse than that, because this lady, Kim's mom, the disgusting person that she is, actually put the little girl on a live, would not shut it off, okay? And made her tell everybody she was not being abused. Take a look.
No, stop.
Well, I can't stop. We're already live. What do you want to say, Leah? Huh? I can't delete it. We're live. What do you want to say to the world?
I'm not abused.
And what else?
My name's Leah.
My name's Leah. And what else?
I love my mommy, Kim.
You can totally see that when Leah says, I'm not abused, that she looks like she is going to burst into tears. And it's heartbreaking. Let me go back to the interview with Tabitha, the girl's mom. So they were arrested. Of course, they bonded out. Are the children now with you?
Yeah, there was 5 kids in the house. So my 2 girls are with me. And then the other 3, the baby is with a family member. And then the other 2 are with Kim's mom.
Okay, so the one who bonded them out for abusing a child is now the one that has the child. That makes perfect sense.
Right.
Unbelievable, right? It's just, you can't wrap your head around any of it, because their common sense is not common at all, it seems. I know you were sharing custody with their father, and then after, I think you said it was toward the end of 2019, he stopped complying with the parenting plan and then blamed it on COVID. So you had no idea what was going on in the house, and one can only assume that he was keeping the children from you so that you wouldn't see that they were being abused. Would you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, in the video with my daughter, Natal, you see her nose is bruised. That was caused from a broken nose that they never took her to the hospital, and they didn't have a reason for it.
They broke her nose and didn't
Yes.
take her to a hospital. It blows my mind that they literally can see. I mean, there are some pictures on my screen right now with your daughter where she's got a cut under her eye, and she's got all this bruising. So if that's not abuse, what exactly would they call it?
Yeah, I'm baffled.
You're not alone. I know that your daughter's story has gone, like you said, it's gone viral on social media. And I had a handful of different people reach out to me wanting me to know about your daughters and to cover the case, because they are so physically sick over the things that they have seen. So you have a lot of support from the public, which has to definitely make you feel good.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for, every single one. Like I said, I had people messaging me from UK to Texas to Tennessee. The amount of support my girls have, it's just mind blowing in itself. And I'm very grateful, like I said.
So had you taken the video that we're talking about, the one where he slaps her, which I have to tell you, no matter how many times I've seen it, I literally get physically sick every single time I watch it, like literally physically ill, sick to my stomach. Did you take that to the police, or it was put on social media first, right?
Yeah, so it was put on social media first, because I don't even know who put it on, or I put it on and I was like, please help. I just didn't know what else I could do. I just went to the police station. I just went to DCF and they closed my case. And then I get sent this video, and I didn't know what else to do. So I posted it, and then I went to the Orlando Police Department with it also.
That's exactly the same thing with Sophie Long's dad. He said the same thing. He said he went to the police, he was shut down. He went to child services, he was shut down. And, you know, so he said the same thing. He literally said he didn't know what else to do. So he put it on social media, hoping that somehow, some way, somebody would help him, you know, save his daughter from being abused the way that she was.
But I told the investigators, I was at my wits' end. I honestly didn't know what else to do. So
because when you go through the proper channels, nobody listens to you. It's terrible. So the kids are with you now. So what
Right.
is the status of that? Like, do you have full custody right now? What happened when you went to court, you know, to get them back now?
The Orange County judge ruled the supervised therapeutic visits.
That made me so angry when you told me that, because they're basically saying, you know, there's a couple things that meant to me. When you deal with, like, say, for example, domestic violence between partners, right? Go to couples counseling. That initially right there suggests that the problem is not the abuse and that the problem is within the relationship, which is not the case. So
Right.
it's like, no, I don't need to go to a couples counselor because this person is beating me every day. I need to get away from this person. And it's a very similar situation. It's almost like they're
Right.
putting some of the blame on your daughters and saying, let's have a therapy session all together to make this better. Well, your daughter's not slapping herself across the face.
Right.
What do those therapeutic visitations look like? What are they supposed to even be?
So DCF explained to me that it will be in a monitored room with cameras and the therapist in the room, and the therapist is there to monitor the behavior and the reaction and actions of the father and the kids. But like you said, like, how are they? It was a week, or it was a couple of days after they got arrested that the judge ordered this. So nothing, I mean, they was in jail for 5 hours at the most. So that's, they had no time to think about it. Kim went on Facebook laughing like, I'm still with my kids. So she obviously doesn't have no remorse for what she did. And I just feel like there's an open criminal investigation for child abuse on Kim and Justin. So there should be no contact, at least until the investigation, the case for the criminal is closed. It's just way too soon.
To me, one of the things I was saying the other day is that, you know, a judge, one person, hears a very small amount of detail about what's going on in the home, and that one person makes a decision that's going to affect your children for the rest of their life. Whereas, why is there not a panel of people, like, for example, the judge, a child psychologist, a panel of people that hear the evidence and they cumulatively decide what is in the best interest of the child or the children until the criminal investigation is over? Why is it one person that makes that call? And are they even qualified to make that call? She's a judge, not a child psychologist.
Right. For sure.
Right?
My girls, I asked them, I'm like, do you want to see your father now? And they're like, they just freeze up, you know, like, when do we have to see him? And I'm not ready. And, you know, this is what my girls are saying to me. And I already promised them that I would protect them no matter what after this situation. And as a parent, I just feel lost. Like, I don't know.
Well, it's a terrible situation because literally the system ties your hands as a parent in what you can and cannot do to protect them. And as a parent, you have that gut instinctual, you know, feeling of what you need to do to keep your children safe. And then you have the system telling you, well, you can't do that. It's very unfair.
It is. It is.
So are you looking for legal counsel at this point?
I am. I'm looking to get a lawyer. You know, they are not cheap for sure. And it only increases in the amount as the case evolves and goes to more courts, and it just gets more expensive. But I am definitely looking. That's my top priority right now.
That's another thing too about the system that's really so unfair, because in a lot of situations it really boils down to whoever has more money, right? And in situations like yours, it's, you know, you should be able to find representation on behalf of your children without having to, you know, go broke and lose everything that you have trying to do that. It's completely unfair. Have you ever heard of CASA?
CASA, no.
CASA is a nonprofit organization. They're amazing. And what they do is they have child advocates who literally volunteer their time, and they'll interview, they're fully trained, and they go through a whole training for this, but they interview your children, they'll interview their teachers, their friends, their doctors, everybody, and they will go to court as a voice for your children with their findings. And they do that at no charge. So that is a wonderful organization, in addition to looking for legal counsel, that I would strongly encourage you to take advantage of. They're amazing.
Yeah, I'm open to anything right now. So I'll definitely look into CASA.
When do they have to see their dad again?
So the court appointed him a lawyer, and his lawyer was pushing DCF to file the visitation papers as soon as possible. So the judge concurred that and told DCF to push the papers as soon as possible. And so that's what we're waiting for right now.
So hold up. So he gets a court-appointed attorney after he beats your children, and you have no representation?
Right.
How is that possible? What about your court-appointed attorney on behalf of your children, who are the real victims here? Why the hell does he get a court-appointed anything?
Right.
He should just get a court-appointed ass kicking. You know what I'm saying here, right? I mean, come on.
I do. Like, it's the whole process, this whole experience is mind-blowing. Like, can't even believe anything.
Can you imagine, as a parent who carried each of these girls, you know, for 9-10 months and birthed them, like you said, seeing something like that? That's got to be one of the most traumatic things I would imagine that you've ever been through.
Yeah, for sure. I never, you hear about Sophie's story and it touches a lot of people, and you're like, oh, I can't believe that. And then it's actually me that it's happening to.
How are the girls coping with things now that they're back home with you? Are they having do they show signs of post-traumatic stress or anything like that? How are they holding up?
They definitely, have their moments. It's definitely not an easy road, but I wouldn't give up on them for nothing. But we're taking it day by day. Their smiles, their laughter, their just hearing "Mommy, I love you," their hugs. My daughter said I hugged her really tight, and she was like, "We don't get hugs over there, Mommy, so I really like your hug."
Oh my God.
It's just stuff that they say out their mouths. It's heartbreaking. The stories that they can tell me, and it's unbelievable. Just you wouldn't even imagine someone treating their animal like this, let alone a child. And someone who can't defend themselves, someone who can't speak up, someone who's not going to go against their parent, but that's what happens.
It really, truly is heartbreaking, and your pain has got to be immeasurable. And I'm so sorry that you all are going through that. And, I hope that justice is served, and that you really do get full custody of them, because that's really what needs to happen here, But was he ever violent toward you?
So I met Justin when I was 15. I got pregnant at 18. And we were young, so we had our arguments, we had our fights. It was like high school love. So it was never, but I mean, it was never nothing severe. I mean, he never blackened my eyes. He never busted my lip. He never slapped me across my face like he did my daughter. We were young, so that was all.
Because there are so many people, including myself, who are really in your corner and in the girls' corner, wanting the best for them and the best for you. And I know how many people are going to message me and say, do you have an update on the girls? Because everybody, has fallen in love with you and your daughters from social media. So will you come back on and give us an update and let us know how things are going?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, like I said, I'm very grateful for the world being my girls' voice and stepping in when they didn't have to, not obligated, not knowing my kid, not knowing me, but they made that phone call, they sent in that email. So of course I'll be back to update.
Excellent. Well, I would appreciate you coming back on. And the irony that strangers are better to your children than their own father has to be a hard pill to swallow.
It is.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking and sharing about, what happened. And we'll do everything that we can to help you get your story and your girl's story out there. If there's anything that we can do to help, let us know and we'll make that happen.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you.
You are very welcome. It just never seems to end, but we can help. We can be a voice. We can make noise. So please make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you get notifications, updates on this story and other stories in the news. Again, I'm Melissa Marquet, and thank you so much for tuning into Crime 411. We'll see you soon.